Ah, Your Majesty. It seems like an age since we last had the pleasure of speaking. Wonderful. I assure you, you will be entertained, engrossed, and elated. This is our best royal schedule yet. So I will arrange an audience with the Blacksmith Association, and we can clear this tax dispute up in no time. 2 or 3 days of negotiations should settle it. Now, on to much more important matters. The hiring of a new head gardener. As you know, the rose bushes this year have suffered some minor discomfort due to the inclement weather and less than salubrious soil management. I have arranged an interview process that should take no more than 8 weeks, starting tomorrow morning. It should make for a very... But lest we forget matters of state, we really ought to begin a more considered census of the population. Estimates of the number of citizens vary widely. I suggest each one comes to the throne room and has a...
Is it too late for an audience, my king? I've come from far away to fulfill my destiny. To get revenge for everything you've done. How many innocent people have you sent to the keep?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Your lies won't save you now! I've spent years in a cell, thinking about this moment. Did you think you're safe here, Your Majesty? Did you think your guards could protect you? I know all about guards. They couldn't keep me in the keep. And they couldn't keep me out of your castle. This is the end of the kingdom. Albion will be free. It's time for the people to rule themselves. I am well trained in the art of murder. I've never killed a king before, though. I am the instrument of change. I am the voice of revolution. The world doesn't need the crown. It doesn't need the throne. You're a relic, Your Majesty. Nobody will mourn your passing. Nobody ever mourns a tyrant. I came here alone, but I represent legions. You will never defeat us all. You may be a hero, but that doesn't make you a god. It doesn't give you the right to rule a country. I wish General Turner were here to see you die. Such a pity you'll never meet him. We will return Albion to a more pure state. This castle will burn to the ground. Your family invented the monarchy, but it has no place in our land. Everyone imprisoned by the kings of Albion will be set free. I'm willing to die for what I believe in. Are you? You think you're safe now? I'm just the first of many. We will kill you in the end.
My king. An enemy ship is approaching.
There are soldiers on board!
Who are they?
Get ready!
They're almost here!
Hold steady! They look like elite soldiers. What the hell is going on? I don't know, but they're as good as dead.
We are at your service, Your Majesty.
Who are you?
I'm Commander Milton. We came in pursuit of the man who attempted to take your life. I knew he would not succeed, but his escape dishonors us all the same.
The man spoke of a place called the Keep. Is that where you've come from?
Yes, Ravenscar Keep. It's a prison far from this coast, and we're the soldiers sworn to guard it.
Another of my brother's secrets.
If you'll come with us, Your Majesty, I'll show you. The Keep is where Albion's worst criminals are held, the most dangerous enemies of the Crown. It's time our new king saw it for himself. Welcome to the Keep, Your Majesty. Albion's secret prison. Your father made use of it. Your brother Logan made use of it. Now, it is yours. I had my men prepare for your visit, so the cells should be ready for inspection.
Is it safe? Recent events have made me somewhat wary of convicts.
There are plenty of harmless political prisoners imprisoned by Logan, but over the years we have accumulated some rather dangerous individuals. And there's none more dangerous than General Turner. He led your brother's armies for years, until he became obsessed with ending his rule, with abolishing the crown altogether.
Oh my, yes. General Turner. He attempted a coup on your brother and declared he would bring about the end of the monarchy in Albion. Unfortunately, this was before Logan saw fit to execute all traitors.
I believe the assassin you killed was acting under his orders. We will conduct a full investigation into how... Something's wrong.
I knew it! This place is a death trap. I'm going to be torn apart by angry criminals.
This way, Your Majesty.
I'll stay here and make sure nobody sinks the boat.
Lieutenant, what the hell happened?
Nobody quite knows, sir. Some of the prisoners in Block A broke free. They started a riot, got hold of weapons and killed some of our men. We can't break through.
We won't be able to get through the entrance. There's a reason we call this place the Keep. Fortunately, I know this place better than any prisoner. Are you willing to get your hands dirty, my king? Or perhaps you would prefer to wait here?
I may have become a politician, Commander, but I was born to fight. Lead the way.
With pleasure. The old sewer system leads into the lower levels. It's as secure as any other part of the Keep, but I can get us through.
body is betraying me. I have begun feeling unwell, and I may not have many years ahead of me. We must act quickly and bring about the change Albion needs. My mind rests easier knowing that I have disciples who will be faithful to the last, and will do what needs to be done.
I wouldn't be surprised if General Turner was behind this. I've been the warden of this place for 7 years, and we've never had a prisoner like him. He seems to exert some strange control over people, but you can judge for yourself soon. It's impossible to get past this gate without the key, and I have the only copy, as this poor bastard found out too late. I should warn you, we'll be coming out into the prison's lowest level. We call it the pit. The inmates down here are so disturbed they're barely human. Welcome to the pit, Your Majesty. The most miserable place in Albion. Try to step... I closed this room down when I took over. The doctors who used it called it an electrical rehabilitation facility. The rest of us called it the torture chamber. Most of the men you hear screaming sat in those chairs every day. If they weren't insane when they came in, well, let's just say I'd rather die than be strapped to one of those things. We should be right under the rioters now.
Here they come.
Don't hold back, Your Majesty. These men are vicious killers.
Bones once you're dead. Stinking
convicts, are we? We need to regain control of the prison before this turns into a real bloodbath. These were good men. Some of them little more than boys. This was never meant to happen. This isn't a random riot. It's too organized. Turner did this. He sent the assassin after you not to kill you, but to draw me and my best soldiers away. Come on. If he's behind this, we need to find him before it's too late. They've broken into the armory. This is going to get interesting. Watch your back, Your Majesty. I never should have left the island. Never underestimate a desperate criminal.
Stand in the way of the bullets, we'll actually go inside.
If General Turner is behind this, it won't be easy to recapture him. Whatever happens, we can't let him leave the island. It sounds like some of the guards are still fighting in there. They're going to need our help. If you don't mind, Your Majesty, I think I'll join my men.
That's it. Cut out the
I only hope our other more famous prisoners are still behind bars. I can't imagine what will happen if they're let loose. Nothing hardens a bandit like being locked up for a few years.
That looks bad!
There hasn't been a recorded riot in the keep for 2 decades.
Pick him off, mate. It's just a...
After all this time, being nothing but a warden, it's good to feel like a soldier again.
Yeah. Blow the skull's head off.
I used to complain nothing ever happened on this island. But this isn't quite what I had in mind.
Well...
Turner must have a bigger plan than just letting some prisoners out. Not knowing what it is what worries me the most. The cells of the maximum security ward must have been opened, including General Turner's. Come on, we have to get there before he can make a break for it. prisoners?
They're gone, sir. The cells were empty when we were taken hostage.
I should have known. Damn it, I should have known. Round up the last of the rioters and lock them up.
Yes, sir.
Missing? We have to get out of here. We'll be butchered.
You may rest at ease, Mr. Hobson. I don't believe they're anywhere on the island. The riot was a diversion, orchestrated by Turner. As long as he's at large, Albion is under threat, Your Majesty. But he isn't the only one we need to worry about. We will need to recapture all the escapees if we want to safeguard the kingdom.
Who are the others?
Professor Faraday was a celebrated inventor, and the brains behind most of our industrial progress, until he turned on your brother. He's a mild-mannered man, but his creations could bring about the end of civilization. Mary Godwin, also known as Witchcraft Mary, was a highly skilled alchemist, though that knowledge rests in a very disturbed mind. She was convicted of witchery after they discovered her rather horrific experiments. I dread to think what she may do next. And I've already told you about General Turner, the most dangerous of them all. He must have been planning this breakout for months.
Where do we begin?
The records room holds all the information we have on our prisoners. My men can study the files for Witchcraft Mary and Turner. I'm confident I know where I can find Faraday. There's only one place he could call his home. One place he could believe himself safe. I propose we sail there as soon as possible.
I magnanimously offer my services in this investigation. This study seems like a nice, safe place from which to serve the kingdom.
Very good, then. Your Majesty, I shall meet you at the pier when you're ready to hunt down Faraday.
There seem to be several entries on this Mary Godwin, or Witchcraft Mary, if that's what we must call her. Very little on General Turner.
Oh, bollocks. I've made errors in the count before, but never had this many men missing.
Faraday had a remote factory he opened up to the public before things turned sour. Clockwork Island. It was quite a popular tourist attraction some years ago. Faraday's inventions have changed the world, but all he really wanted was to make people happy.
Why was he locked up?
Nobody really knows. Your brother said he was a danger to mankind. As for Faraday himself, all he would ever say is that he'd rather die than betray his creations. I used to queue up for hours when I was a child in Bowerstone, just to get a glimpse of his contraptions. I still remember the slogan, Faraday Industries, where faraway dreams become reality. Well, those dreams certainly look far away now. I wonder what this was supposed to be. It could just be a statue, of course. Maybe it's supposed to put gold coins into its mouth, you know, to pay the entrance fee.
I am Huxley, and I will be your guide. Please refrain from using obscene language in front of the children. Now, if you will follow me, we will begin the tour. Keep your belongings with you at all times, and try not to stray from the group.
I suppose we should do what he says.
We begin with what is yet to come. Astonish your senses, give flight to your fancy by stepping into the street of the future.
I'm starting to wish I'd paid this place a visit while it was still open.
Before you is an everyday Bowerstone suburb, as it will be 15 years from now. Yes, the future is in our grasp. Please walk among the citizens of tomorrow. Share in their joy. Marvel at their superior well-being. It is my sincere wish that you have a lovely and non-threatening day. In the world of tomorrow, there is no conflict, no jealousy, no selfishness. Thanks to science, people are finally happy.
I know who you are, and I know why you're here. You will never get what you want. Now!
It's Faraday.
I'm ready for you, Your Majesty. I am most ready. And if it is violence you seek, then violence you shall have.
This is a security announcement to all our guests here today. Please take cover. The management accepts no responsibility for any mutilations, fatalities, or slight grazes. And now, presenting the latest in armed defense mechanisms, a round of applause for the Colin Mark II. Shall we go for a nice walk and then take ice in the shadow of a tree?
Do you think these things feel pain?
In the future, there are no things or rumors of any kind, and everyone is in a state of permanent bliss.
This is going well. We've only been here a few minutes. Faraday is just a story. We have to fight him. I think I'd rather fight prisoners.
The sun always shines in the world of tomorrow.
been doing in his spare time? Building a mechanical army. No wonder tourists stop coming here. Looks like the street of the future is going to be a dangerous place to live. I'm starting to see why your brother locked Faraday up.
This unit
Come
has
on, let's
entered
find him,
dormant
shall we?
mode. Please make your way to an exit.
I think there might be a way through here. How come this isn't part of the tour? Welcome to the graveyard of the future. Look at this place. Even the wall is falling to pieces. There's some sort of canal down there. Ready when you are, Your Majesty. Shall we continue, Your Majesty? I'm rather curious to see what lies behind the futuristic veneer, aren't you? I don't think we'll find a tour guide where we're going next.
The park has been open for a whole month now, and I can say without reservations that it is an extraordinary success. The public adores my creations, and as I predicted, the street of the future is proving to be my greatest draw. Tomorrow I travel to Miss Peak, where I will oversee the maiden voyage of the improved monorail. I think this design is the safest yet.
I think we can safely say this isn't part of the tour. What are those? Insects?
I have instructed my cleaning and repair crew to clear the canal of detritus. Now go away.
Faraday's built himself quite a fortress, hasn't he? Can you imagine? Careful, Your Majesty. They're far more dangerous than real beavers. I don't care what they're made of, they're still disgusting. We're getting close. Faraday must be in that factory up ahead.
but you leave me alone, I will never do as you ask. Do you hear me? Never!
What's he talking about?
I'm not sure. Maybe he's finally lost what little reason he had left.
Rulers may believe they can impose their will on whomever they so wish. But I was born to make dreams come alive, not to create death. You have already seen the weapons your brother forced me to make, but they shall never leave this island, and neither shall I.
So that's why your brother had him locked up. He refused to build him an army. And he thinks that's what you've come here for.
So clever and so happy. We could do this forever and ever.
Must I turn more of my creations into monstrosities? These are
I have a feeling these dogs aren't here to play catch with us. Bombs. Why am I not surprised? Don't let them get too close to you. I was always more of a cat person myself. Faraday must be really desperate if he's willing to destroy his creations to stop us. You need to kill them from a distance. Faraday must be really desperate if he's willing to destroy his creations to stop us. I was always more of a cat person myself. Faraday must be really desperate if he's willing to destroy his creations to stop us. I've had just about enough of this. Whatever he believes, he's too dangerous to be left out here. We need to find him, now. Another dead end. There must be some way through.
Look how you corrupted my life's work. Hasn't been enough.
We will never know you. Faraday is our only master. He is also the world's greatest. I cannot harm or violate.
means the end of the army. Who would need a real soldier? Who'd want to... General Turner must have plans for all these creatures. That's why he set Faraday loose. I think there's a way through the roof. Come on.
Incredible news. I have received word that King Logan himself is planning to visit the island. He wishes to speak with me in person. No doubt to congratulate me on all the advances I have made, and on transforming Bowerstone slums into a happy and productive place. I shall have to record a special welcome message for Huxley. You've taken my work. You've taken years of my life.
I'm ready to
take my soul.
I have already met my...
That is not reach even to Albion's ruler. I will engage in his network, and I will...
I'm really getting sick of these walking boxes.
To resist attempted murder. You have been ordered before. This is a killable offense.
Stop them! All those years Faraday was babbling in his cell. I had no idea this is what it was all about. If this technology ever gets out, it means the end of the army. Who would need a real soldier? Who'd want to be one? Logan must have driven him insane. He made him turn this place into a war factory.
You have been casting pure blood against my wife. But I will show you what is what.
They're relentless. If this technology ever gets out, it means the end of the army. Who would need a real soldier? Who'd want to be one? Let's hope that's the last of them. This is it. The last factory. He has to be here somewhere. What if it was all just recorded messages? He's been playing with us.
Is this the perfect soldier you wanted, Your Majesty? Well, you shall never have it. I designed this suit to be the most powerful weapon that has ever existed. Allow me to demonstrate. Why would you leave an old man alone? Leave me alone!
Well then, I'm ready. Your brother destroyed everything I cared for. You may as well kill me.
We should take him back to the keep. We can take care of his wounds there. Your brother should never have sent him to the keep. We have to right that wrong.
Was it all worth it?
I'm not like my brother. You're safe now.
Thank you. I should not have judged you so hastily, Your Majesty.
You have been through a lot, Mr. Faraday. But now that we know the truth, your life will return to normal.
Very good. He will be released as soon as his wounds are healed.
Ah, my king. I have eagerly awaited your return. I have made an extraordinary discovery.
Just tell him what my men found out, Hobson.
Why, it was a wholly collaborative effort. Without my supervision, who knows when...
Just tell me.
Of course, indeed. As you know, the second prisoner is the alchemist and alleged witch, Mary Godwin. A rather foul and malevolent woman, by all accounts. We have uncovered files on experiments so grotesque, I don't mind admitting I lost part of my supper while reading them.
Get to the point, Hobson.
Yes. Well, it seems that before she turned to foul necromancy, she came from a well-to-do family. We believe she may be hiding out at her grandfather's long-abandoned and rather opulent estate.
I have the coordinates. I'll wait for you at the pier. The sooner we capture this woman, the better.
And I shall continue leading the investigation into General Turner. There really seems to be so little information on the man. It's as if he had taken his records with him.
My body is betraying me. I have begun feeling unwell, and I may not have many years ahead of me. We must act quickly and bring about the change Albion needs. My mind rests easier now that I have disciples who will be faithful to the last and will do what needs to be done.
Oh, bollocks. I've made errors in the count before, but never had this many men missing.
I don't mind admitting I'm rather looking forward to more action. Too many years sitting at a desk. The estate has been abandoned for years, but there are definite signs of life here. I think we've found Mary Godwin's hiding place, all right. This place represents everything General Turner despises. Old money, aristocracy, nepotism. You may find when you meet him that you have something in common. You're both revolutionaries.
Then why does he want me dead?
You stopped being a rebel. You became king. The Godwins had curious notions about art. No wonder Witchcraft Mary turned out the way she did. She probably grew up looking at these things. I almost feel like they're watching me. The sooner we get off this island. What a surprise. They're alive. I never really believed those rumors about this estate housing the world's largest menagerie. If the Godwins were mad enough to keep Balverines, who knows what else we'll find here.
I've studied these kindred souls all my life, striven to understand their true nature, to capture their essence. The day is fast approaching when all that is human inside me will die, when I will finally be free and exist amongst the pure.
There's the main house. Come on. Witchcraft Mary has to be somewhere in this demented zoo.
There is no more misunderstood creature among the pure than that which others call hollow man. There is nothing hollow about them. They may, in fact, be the most complete being in existence. The one most in tune with the forces of nature. The flickering light that brings dead matter to life. I must harness it for the day of purification.
I'd heard her experiments involved electrical currents. They make good deterrents, too. We could use something like this at the keep. Let's go. There must be a way around them. It looks more and more like Mary swapped one prison for another. Except she's in charge of this one. Another of the rumors about Witchcraft Mary. Necromancy. I never thought there was any truth to it. Someone's definitely been digging up corpses, though. I'm not sure I want to know why, but I'm guessing this has something to do with it. These are like no hollow men I've ever seen. They're much more ancient. They're trying to stay out of the light. There's something else going on here. This is no zoo. It's true then. Mary has been playing with dark magics. What is she thinking, creating hollow men? It's against nature. It's obscene. If she successfully created hollow men, I can't imagine what else she's managed to do. We should collect all her research papers. She may belong in a cell, but this is science the world has never seen the likes of before. Doesn't look like we're getting around these gates, but there must be some way of cutting the power to them.
It was not difficult to communicate with the pack of Balverines that roam the estate freely.
I think I can shut this down.
As with
It's
most
not
of
too
the
different to
Pure,
the generator in the
comes
Keep's
from a
torture chamber.
fundamental hatred of humanity.
Get ready for some company.
They saw
Keep
in
those
me
things
the
away from
same
them.
hatred.
These circuits are
I was able to make Balverines and Holloman collaborate. They will need to come together.
You must have trained them to protect the generator. generator. Working as fast as I can. That should do the trick. The generator was quite crude. Nothing like Faraday's technology. What's remarkable is how she's managed to get Hollow Men and Balverines to fight side by side. I've never heard of such a thing happening before. If someone combined that knowledge with Faraday's machines, who knows what they could accomplish? Well, we can either try to wade through the rubble, or we can find another way in. Such as that cave over there. It seems more like Witchcraft Mary's style, anyway. Let's hope she keeps her pets out of the house. This was probably one of the best stocked cellars in Albion once. Smells like most of it turned to vinegar. It didn't stop someone from emptying these bottles, though. Did you hear that? Come on. Hobs. I was wondering when we'd come across them. It just isn't a proper zoo without hobs. We should leave them sleeping. The noise might alert Godwin. We should step lightly, though I doubt any noise on Earth could wake them.
And a 1, and a 2, and a 3. Each time
Is
you
that
kiss
dead
my
fish
gills,
talking?
it gives me fishy chills. And when you touch my scales, my little fishy heart
I'd rather be
fails.
stuck in a cell than live in this madhouse.
But baby, don't you treat me rough. Can't you see I'm already...
At least the fish has shut up. Is there nothing normal on this island? Come on, let's go before it starts singing again. Just when you think it can't get any worse.
My return to the estate has brought me life again. I can finally continue the work I was forced to abandon. I owe my freedom to one man, a soldier who understands me like no other human has ever understood me.
How are such creatures even possible?
And has promised big changes to come. One day,
we have to put an end to this.
The whole of Albion.
What kind of monstrous creation is this? Too far. I'm not sure how many more of these encounters I can take. More hobs. What's wrong with them? What are all these hellish experiments for? Mary can't be far from here. General Turner has got a lot to answer for. We wouldn't be in this mess if he hadn't won Witchcraft Mary over. Not that I'm surprised. You haven't met him, but believe me, he's the most charismatic, most persuasive man you'll ever meet.
The work is complete at last. My day of purification has come.
We must be getting close to her. Whatever she's been doing with these creatures, we're gonna find out soon. Better get your weapon ready. I'm noticing a pattern here. We walk in, things try to kill us. Told you. None of these... We should burn this island to the ground. Can you hear that? It must be her. Come on.
Not this form again. Please don't let me live this way. Kill me, I beg you.
She doesn't know what she's saying. We should take her back to the keep. She needs special care.
Don't worry. Everything's going to be all right.
We'll do what we can for her. When she's well enough, perhaps we can send her to a more adequate facility. She needs more help than we can give her. We still need to find General Turner. I'll meet you in the records room. Perhaps Hobson and my men have uncovered his location.
I've studied these kindred souls all my life, striven to understand their true nature, to capture their essence. The day is fast approaching when all that is human inside me will die, when I will...
What happened?
It was Turner. He's been here all along. He never left the island.
Where's Hobson?
You took him. Turner's been playing with us, playing with you. This is what he wanted all along, to lure you into a trap. He's been using hidden passages behind the walls. He's somewhere in the prison. I don't care what happens to Hobson, but we have to find Turner. He left through here. I know it's a trap, but I'm not sure Turner realizes who he's dealing with. He hasn't seen you fight like I have. We should be careful. He must have something prepared for us.
I have begun the process of revolution in the quietest way possible. Talking to those I trust most, and gauging the mood of the troops. It is clear that when the time comes, many among our ranks will join me in an uprising. We have all seen the ever-deepening chasm in our society, and the way our people have been oppressed by the king. Even worse, we have all at one time or another been the instrument of that oppression. Change is coming to Albion. It is inevitable.
This is the pit. If he's hiding with all these lunatics... He set them free. The bastard set them free! At least they're out of their misery now.
You're hurt.
I'll be all right. I'm no hero, though.
Stay here. I can deal with Turner alone.
I'm sure you can. You have powers the rest of us can only dream of. There might be more coming. Go. I'll hold them off while I can.
It's all right, Hobson.
There was no third prisoner. It was all him.
It's time for your treatment, Your Majesty. You're awake, Your Majesty. Good. I was afraid I might have set too high a charge. But then, you have powers the rest of us can only dream of. Hobson was mistaken. There was a third prisoner. General Turner, the finest soldier I ever served under, the finest man I ever knew, died 6 months ago. I couldn't save his life, but I wasn't going to let everything he believed in die with him. You see, it's time for a true revolution. And how does one bring down a king? How does one bring down a hero? By becoming one. Forgive me, Your Majesty. Worked. To the end of kings and queens.
All hail the King of Albion. Do you see now who the real enemy is? I am you. And only one of us can live. Leave my dog alone. Do you know how many people I've seen die for someone else's cause? How much blood I've seen spilled in the name of the crown? And how many have waited for me in prisons like this one just for speaking their mind? You called yourself a revolutionary, but what changed? We swapped one ruler for another. What gives you the right to dictate our lives? Your hero blood. Do you think it makes you better than us? Well, now it's my blood too. Witchcraft Mary may have been insane, but her work was inspired. I studied it for years before setting up, but she didn't know how to use that knowledge. Why become a filthy beast when you can become a god? General Turner wanted a military coup, but I've had a better idea. I will simply take your place. I've seen how you behave. I've seen how you fight, how you make decisions. I know how to be you. And as King of Albion, I will end the crown forever. I watched Turner rot in his cell, too sick to save. I took care of him as best I could. And I learned the truth about our supposedly glorious Albion. Two identical heroes can't overcome each other. We would be locked in battle forever, always evenly matched. But I made sure the prisoners on this floor did some of my work. Now I'm stronger. I've watched you use these powers time and again. But to feel them coursing through me, It's incredible. You showed your worth when you spared Faraday's life. But as long as you wear the crown, you are the enemy of the people. I know many who wouldn't have taken pity on Mary. But that doesn't mean you should decide the fate of a whole country. A soldier must do what is necessary to protect his nation. When I sit on the throne of Albion, I will reverse every bad decision you ever made. And then I will free the people from the rule of the crown. It's a pity you won't see such a glorious day. The people of Albion will rule themselves. And the army will be there to protect them. Another revolution has failed. Perhaps it's as it should be. I don't know that I could ever have given up such power. Just remember this, King. Albion doesn't need you to sit on his throne. One day the people will claim their freedom.
That was quite an extraordinary and most unpleasant turn of events, if you don't mind me saying so. I never did trust Commander Milton, of course, but to attempt a coup by taking your place, why, it's diabolical. His death should serve as an example to all. And to think he was loyal to a traitor like General Turner. We should be thankful the General was a rather sick man when he was imprisoned, or Milton might have let him walk free.
Welcome to the Sanctuary.
Probable cause of death, massive head trauma, or a virus.
Majesty, here. I offer this with all humility.
Hard seeing all those bruised and bloody prisoners coming through here. Easier.
Greetings, Your Majesty.
Every soldier swears an allegiance to the crown, and I have upheld that oath most of my life, until I could do so no longer. King Logan has broken the unspoken contract with his...
Greetings, sir.
Oh, bollocks. Brilliant. Knowing you're on the job, I'll be much more focused on the task at hand, making sure this place stays locked up tight. I'll just say, be on your guard.
What are you boys gonna do first when we get home?
Reckon I'll visit me mum.
I meant in terms of crime.
Oh, I see. Cartface is in a fair fight, eh? No, you have to use cowardly magic and that.
Maybe we should just hole up here.
Are you daft? They'd find us in no time.
We could put out the fire and stay very still.
Watch out! Walker's got... Think you're better than us with all that magic?
Bugger! Maybe I should get out of here! Ha ha!
to be captain.
The taller they
I
are,
want to be
rather you than me.
Is that not captain? Bloody hell, I wish I could do that.
Bleeding hell! How'd you do that?
Ah, hello. There are new garments available.
I'll let you in on a little secret. Actually, quite a huge one. There's a way off this island. Prisoner 825570 dug a tunnel through yards of solid rock. He managed to smuggle a toenail clipper out of the barber shop and steal some toothpaste from the dispensary. And then he got to work. And when his toenails were clipped and his teeth brushed, he made the tunnel with a pickaxe he found lying about. Psst! Over here! The time to break out is now. Everything is ready.
I trust you are finding everything all right?
I was hoping I'd get to slip one more throat before we left the island.
The revolution will happen swiftly. Those who join the rebel army will band together and attack at once. Those still loyal to the crown will be sacrificed to the cause. The king will be executed following a short court-martial. The castle shall be burned to the ground. Its ashes a memorial of our triumph. From those ashes will grow a new government. One led by the people and for the people, supervised by the military. I have no wish to rule, only to serve the land.
What do you reckon is out there past the horizon?
Well, I saw an old map one time. It said, "Here be dragon."
Shot myself all the time. Oh, yes.
Greetings, Your Majesty.
At your service, my king.
That's it then. You've done us all a great service, Your Majesty. Shame none of them survived. Not because I'll miss them, because you gave them better than they deserved. Still, it's on their heads. They made their choice.
You know, Your Majesty, any of these people get out of line, we'll crack some heads.
You want in? Just help yourself.
I'm at your command.
Reckon if I were locked up, what I'd miss most is women.
Not my wife.
Usually.
Working in the infirmary's not like I imagined. No one ever says stat for a start. There can't be many as strong
Or at
as
least
you.
I get to do some small amounts of good working here.
Whoa! I brought this kid to his parole hearing, and the whole way he's telling me he's out of it. It's in the bag. He never liked me.
Terrible thing if another prisoner took a shine to you.
Think you can keep me down? Ha! You just wait!
And I don't like paperwork and trying to get skull fragments out of my cup.
Do you think I could get an extra blanket? The one I...
You have any idea what I'm in for?
Well,
My lord. You know much about riots, Your Majesty? Lots of things can... Thank you, Your Majesty. Well, that's just fantastic, Your Majesty. Now you've put down the rebellion, we can bury these bodies, and they will finally rest. If they know what's good for them.
Ah, hello.
We'll take you to any port you want.
Hello, and welcome to Clockwork Island, where a wonderful vision of the future awaits you.
Welcome to the Sanctuary.
After years of imprisonment, I have finally returned to my beloved island. I thought I would never see it again. My industries may have been handed over to that unscrupulous villain Reaver, and my name may have been struck from all official records, but at least I am with my creations once again. If Logan or whoever sits on the throne now still wishes to take them, they will find me prepared. I was correct in doubting Logan's intentions. He has demanded I hand over the army. And I can tell from his manner that he has gone power mad and means to use them for harm. If I refuse, he has threatened not only to confiscate all my industries, but to lock me up forever. But I will stand firm. My creations must remain pure, no matter what the cost.
How very gracious of you. Please return the materials to me as soon as possible. I am a social robot, and having no one to talk with is causing me agony and rust. Why the Professor programmed me to be able to experience agony is beyond my ability to comprehend. He is a great man. The first component. Very good. I will begin assembly immediately. Step 1. Wait for you to deliver an additional component so that I have something to attach the first to. Initiating patience mode. You have acquired an additional component, and my gratitude is boundless. It was 0.75 when you agreed to help me. It is now 1.0. Thank you for acquiring this component. I will incorporate it into the build. Thank you for acquiring this component. I will incorporate it into the build. Thank you for acquiring this component. I will incorporate it into the build. This is the final component. Now I can complete my work. Thank you, and please do not get in my way. I have tried in vain to construct a sock puppet that I might converse with. Alas, there are no socks on Clockwork Island. My companion is now fully assembled, and there was nothing left over from the construction save 4 screws and a worm gear. Ha ha. I made use of my jocularity mode there, of course. All that remains is to activate the new unit. Hello, I am Huxley. You are not Huxley. I am Huxley. Please do not become confrontational with your guide, as I am only here to help. How can I be?
Ah, hello.
Service.
Take a pleasant trip with our...
Much trouble on the tiers today. Shame, really.
Incredible news. I have received word that King Logan himself is planning to visit the island. He wishes to...
Your Majesty, let me give you a status update on the prison. We've accounted for all prisoners. All living inmates are secure, and final casualty tolls are being tabulated as we speak. Thank you, Your Majesty. I knew I could rely on you. This set of keys should give you access to all areas of the island. And my house home. I'm gonna need those back, if it's all the same to you.
Chronologist's Handbook, Volume 1. Prison Security. Security is the primary responsibility of the commanding officer assigned to any correctional facility. It is of such paramount importance that it must supersede all other priorities. The only conceivable exception to this inviolable rule is in cases where a member of prison staff is in mortal peril. For example, if prisoners, in the course of an escape attempt, have taken a staff member hostage. In such a case, it is entirely permissible to temporarily reduce security, as in response to a hostage-taker's express demand, with full
Any
intention
books
of
you
restoring
find,
full
just bring
security
them back to
as
me
soon
and I'll
as
review them
possible.
carefully.
Only
Well,
once
maybe
security
you
is
can't
restored
read something you've
should the
never read
commanding
before,
officer
but
attempt to
I'll view them
neutralize or
anyway.
recapture the inmate or inmates responsible for the lapse.
Ah,
The only
you
exception to
found
this
the
rule is
first
again
book.
a
I'm
case
sure
where
it
a
will give
staff
you loads
member's
of
life is
ideas.
threatened. Basically, anytime they threaten a member of staff, give them what they want, and then try to fix things later as best you can.
Welcome to the Sanctuary.
Ain't
no faster travel than a ship, my friend.
Woo!
Hello, sir.
Greetings, sir. At your orders,
This
sir.
is Royal Magnificence. Hello?
I am a troubled man today. King...
Fancy a boat trip?
Ah, hello.
Would you like to go on a cruise?
Ah, Your Majesty.
Don't you realise what you're taking on? We're the army, you suicidal maniac! Fight back! Fight back! Ha! You can't get me! Oh! I bet that really hurt! My king?
Penologist's Handbook, Volume 5. Prison Governance. In the event that a correctional facility's commanding officer is killed or incapacitated, authority for the facility should be transferred to the next highest ranking officer. For example, a captain, lieutenant or second lieutenant. In the absence of an available officer, authority then transfers to the highest ranked enlisted man, in descending order as follows: Staff Sergeant, Sergeant, Corporal, Lance Corporal, Private. Should there be no enlisted men able to fulfill the duties of command, Authority hereafter transfers to prison staff, the composition of which may vary between institutions, as follows: surgeon, doctor, nurse, cook, janitor, groundskeeper. If none of these are available, the prisoner likely has larger problems than determining who is in command.
Industrious buggers do find clever ways to fill the time. Reading, exercise.
None of the inmates have any contraband worth confiscating anymore.
My lord.
Great. You found another book. Can't wait to read it.
And I'll be standing over a pile of corpses when I do.
Penologist's Handbook, Volume 3, Conjugal Visits. Contrary to popular opinion, a conjugal visit is not when a teacher visits the prison and teaches the inmates about verbs. Conjugal visits do not actually involve verbs at all. Well, they do. Actually, they can involve a surprising number, depending on the disposition, creativity, gender, and quantity of prisoners involved. But none bears repeating here. Just use your imagination. But not too often, as this can be harmful.
Have you heard of this thing called speed reading? Apparently it's like reading, but you do it a bit faster. Another book, great stuff. I'll read this as soon as my shift's over.
You made a big mistake.
At your service, my king. Yes, sir.
I don't understand riots at all. You fight each other, fight the guards.
Instead of sentence...
Do you reckon they'll ever close this place
I'm not gonna
down?
lie, your command keeping these animals in check.
Logan's gone and it was his thing.
But one should enjoy one's work. Nothing to see
My
here,
king,
right?
this facility provides us a unique opportunity to rehabilitate some of these prisoners. Well, if that's something you're interested in.
Ain't a guard in this place whose number I ain't told.
I hereby swear that should I ever manage to secure release from this accursed place,
Majesty.
I will never again waste a single instant of my life. Never take a single moment for granted. If I should leave this place...
If anyone should find this, know that escape is possible. We've made it this far, and so could you. Which I guess you would have if you're reading this. I will leave word further on in the hope it will help fellow escapees. We've made it into the boiler room and started in on the wall, working quietly. So far, Roger's plan has worked perfectly. Freedom is near at hand. Made it into the cave system. It's a testament to Roger's brilliance that he had the inspired idea for us to create wax heads, complete with hair stolen from the barber's shop to leave in our bunks to buy us time. It's too bad he's only just had the idea now and didn't before we left. That must be the guards I hear coming. Ah!
Chronologist's Handbook, Volume 2. Health and Hygiene. Anytime human beings live together en masse in cramped quarters, hygiene quickly becomes a pressing concern. The fact is that most prisons prioritize security and order over prisoner comfort, which is all well and good, but in the summer it can be quite intolerable depending on climate. Prisoners should be given the opportunity to bathe and launder their garments regularly. Anything under once every 3 months, and you are just asking for trouble.
Ah, hello.
Take a trip. Bar boats.
Attention!
At your orders.
Are we gonna have a problem here? Yeah.
Nothing to report, Your Majesty.
How are you this fine day, sir?
Greetings, sir. Hello there, Your Majesty.
Well met, my lord.
Chronologist's Handbook, Volume 4. Health and Safety Facilities. Every prison should have a sterile, well-stocked and fully staffed infirmary. If you do not...
Welcome to the Sanctuary.
Hello, great king.
My lord?
It'd be great if the prison had some sort of council. The inmates could talk to one another.
One inmate's given me attitude.
Exercise, there's no problem. I can't solve.
When you least expect it, that's when it's coming. And everyone, and I'm just so mad.
Fantastic, another book. I look forward to reading this one. Excellent, that's the last book. With all these at my fingertips, I'll have every answer at my fingertips. I suppose the only person I take orders from now is you, Your Majesty. So, what about it? What's your first order for me? Of course, the most pressing issue is deciding how this facility should be run from now on. Yes, sir. I'll inform the men of your decision, Your Majesty.
Every soldier swears an allegiance to the crown, and I have upheld that oath most of my life, until I could do so no longer. King Logan has broken the unspoken contract with his people. He has brought nothing but misery upon Albion, and by what right? Being the son of a hero? What gave the old hero the right to start this monarchy? If it is the ability to cast spells, are we to turn our street magicians and jugglers into royalty? If it is the overwhelming strength, are we to make kings of brutes and trolls? And if it is the blood in their veins, are we then not all royalty? For that blood runs through every Albion man, woman, and child. Heroes are merely accidents of nature. Let us bow before them no more.
So angry, steam is coming out of my ears. I can't believe the things I have to put up with. I've never been
Last laugh, and I'll be standing over a pile of corpses when I do.
This place is going to be a slaughterhouse. You hear me?
Think you can keep me down? Ha! You just wait!
Think we only got one riot in us? Or where that came from? We can have words, yeah?
Majesty?
How are you, Your Majesty?
Personally, I'd rather be executed than get life.
I can't tell what that is, and I don't think I want to.
Greetings, sir.
Came into the house with massive, muddy boots. I says to him, no! No!
I knew somebody would do the right thing. It was just a matter of time. I walked this kid to his parole hearing, and the whole way he's telling me he's out of it. It's in the bag, he never liked me, and I can kiss his ass. Parole denied.
Very nice. Big joke having an infirmary at all.
Attention!
Prognosis not good. Will definitely live. And I'd prefer it was otherwise, for personal reasons.
Pupils continue to appear dilated. Patient is fine, but I should really get my eyes checked out. I could have something serious.
Combine flour, sugar, eggs and vanilla extracts in a large mixing bowl and beat thoroughly. If these ingredients cannot be obtained, which is highly likely here on the island, substitute sand, gravel, bark and imitation vanilla (brackets spit). Cook for 30 minutes and serve.
Dennis had the bright idea of holding competitions between the prisoners. He said we should have them stripped down to their pants and run around a sort of course we could devise for our entertainment. I can't put my finger on it, but something tells me it's a bad idea. Personally, I have no sympathy for these people. Eye contact is crucial. Wait for the prisoner to lower their eyes. Never drop yours.
You won't see me getting out.
I'm in a fur.
I know why so many inmates get sick. I used to work in the kitchen.
Welcome to the sanctuary.
Attention!
Sail the ocean.
At your command. Greetings, Your Majesty.
At your service.
Never given a gift to royalty before. Now you know about this secret prison, it must weigh heavy on you. Why not unburden yourself? Would it kill the guards to let us all out? Actually, speaking of killing the guards... very nice.
Greetings, sir.
Hello, Your Majesty.
I'm not gonna lie, keeping these animals in shape, it's a thrill. But one should enjoy one's work, right?
Greetings.
I'm not supposed to be in here. I'm supposed to be... Oh no, I've forgotten. Your Majesty, here. I offer this with all humility. I just want to show you how much we appreciate what you've been doing, Your Majesty.
Don't get royalty round here much.
Hey!
Unless they're coming to declare amnesty.
How are you this fine day, sir?
Hello, great king.
Hello there, Your Majesty. I hope you're well.
Your Majesty.
Always
in the barracks. What genius laid out this facility?
In a way, we guards are just...
My name is General Solomon Turner, and I wish to make a record of the decision I have come to, and the reasons for making it. I have served in the Albion army for 35 years, fought alongside fine soldiers such as Major Swift and Walter Beck, and seen many changes befall our land. I always believed in my work, to protect the people, and it is because of this belief that I cannot, in good conscience, continue to serve the man who sits on the throne. It is in observing the character and actions of King Logan that I have come to the most important realization of my life. This monarchy we live under is an evil system. It must be destroyed by any means necessary, and I am willing to lead the revolution to make it so.
Welcome to the Sanctuary.
This is royal magnificence.
At your orders, sir.
My lord.
Well met, my lord.
Oh my!
My king.
Why, hello, Your Majesty.
My lord. At your service, my king.
My lord.
I trust you're well, sir.
Ah, hello.
Teresa had said, "Take my hand." Hammer had done as she was told, and at the touch of the warm flesh, she felt a surge within her, a feeling at first that she couldn't identify. It was scary, but it was arousing too. She had had thoughts of women before, but never acted on them. Now it was all she could think about. It made her excited as she had been the night she secretly spied on Garth and Reva. They were so forceful with each other, and yet so tenderly yielding. The memory of that night brought a sickeningly delicious pit to her stomach. Her pulse quickened. She let her robe slip from her shoulders and stepped into the warm bath, thinking of the two men. She began to recreate that night in her mind. Next chapter, Dark Wizard, Passionate Rogue.
You have triumphed in many battles. I wonder, have any of those victories had any significance? Countless brigands, chiefs, and generals have made war before you, slaughtering their fellows until the ground became sodden and crimson. Yet despite all this bloodshed, there is no end to conflict. All the questions they fought to settle remain open. War is self-sustaining. War will never end, because there will always be those willing to wage it, unless you kill them. And that will require a massive weapon of supreme, devastating power. Have you got anything like that? Come on now, give us a look. Now that's what I'm talking about! With that catastrophic instrument of death in your hands, you could bring an end to all conflict for all time. Well, it's now a foregone conclusion that war will soon be obsolete. So my work here is done. Ta. Welcome to the Sanctuary.